Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final day of match play of the regular season, the AVGL Collegiate Smite League. My name is J Mac Tucker, and alongside me today is Gore Miser.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. These games are pretty important, actually. I feel like we have a couple matches going on today. We talked about this on Thursday, where a lot of them are going to be actually deciding some of the final standings for each division, and I believe this is one of them.
Yeah, DeSales and DePaul. I do believe that DePaul has the record over them at the moment, but if DeSales does end up taking down DePaul, I do believe that that could be a potential move into the second position here. A couple of familiar names on DePaul we mentioned. The Paradox, former pro player, and he also brought in Skeledon as another former pro player for their team. I also recognize Zotrain from the last time that we watched this team, and Twizzix. But getting into the picks and bans, you can already see the bans have gone through Poseidon, Ratatosker, Kabrak, and Thoth. What do you think about the picks so far?
Well, when you look at DePaul's side, everything seems kind of standard, right? Everything that we've seen normally, Sylvanas, Susano, Medusa. Susano and Medusa are kind of maybe the second tier, depending on the team, first tier, and honestly, depending on the players is where that comes out. Then you turn your eyes to the other side. And Scotty, something you're used to seeing, although not quite as often in the first pick. Guan Yu, he's not too uncommon, especially with his healing. He's still really good. He just hasn't been favored a lot lately. And then there's the other one. And then there's a Bakasura on the map, and I like Bakasura. I like the damage he does. But this is going to depend on where it's going, because with the Guan Yu, that makes me think that this is a jungle Bakasura.
But at the same time, this could be the warrior support Guan Yu. It's not an uncommon thing, especially, I mean, he provides great peel for his team. He's got the cavalry charge, great team fighting ultimate for him, and that could open up for a potential Bakasura solo. But I think it's really going to depend on who he's going to be possibly going against in the solo lane to determine if that's going to for sure go there or not. And even this Scotty is a bit of a flex pick as well, as we've seen Scotty mids, we've seen Scotty in the duo lanes before. It's all just going to come down to the preference of these players. Last rounds of bans have come through. Hoonbots and Vamana on the side of DeSales, and over for DePaul, they're getting rid of Kepri and Vulcan.
Yeah, Vulcan is actually probably the one that stands out just a little bit more than the others because, again, I've seen good Vulcan players, and they can do a lot. But at the same time, they seem almost a dime a dozen. Some people can have an impact on them and do a little bit of damage, but they just aren't quite able to fully hit that. But we're going to see the Isis locked in, and I feel like that's where that comes from, taking away that big AoE secure burst ultimate versus the Circle of Protection, which gives DePaul a just handed lead for Gold Fury, for Fire Giant, for the Portal Demon. Just that nice big burst of heal and damage coming down for them. Whereas on the other side, we're going to be seeing Terra picked up right there, and the Scylla as well. And honestly, when I'm looking at DeSales, they have some early game fight, but I see a lot of late game potential.
Yeah, between Terra, Guan Yu, Scylla, and even Scotty, more than anything else, they're definitely looking for a little bit longer of a game. They're looking for that mid to late game, especially on the back of Scylla. Scotty, even when she gets those late games, she can shred through towers with Calder. While it doesn't have those backdoor protection shred anymore, it's still an effective way to tank up the tower for your team, because really, in the later stages of the game, it's all, okay, we got a minion wave, let's go in. Okay, they killed our minion wave, we need to back off. Scotty can throw out Calder in that ultimate form and get complete immunity from any kind of damage into that one. Hold it off for an extra 5 seconds if they need to, make sure that that Phoenix isn't tanking up their team.
And speaking of healing that DeSales is, of course, there's the Sylvanas on the other side to keep that up. But they also have, Lacerate does have that 30% reduction, but the big one I'm looking at is going to be the Odin 100% healing reduction inside of his ultimate, and that's going to allow them a lot of aggression. I mean, there are a couple jumps on the side. I mean, Scylla can get out, and Bakasura can get out. Guan Yu, Terra, and Scotty there, all going to be locked down. If that cage comes crashing around them, they're going to have to fight for their lives. I expect to see a Phantom picked up. I expect to see a lot of anti-heal this game. At least I'm really hoping for it. But ultimately, I mean, really, right now, both team comps, again, in a really good position to play forward. It's just going to be very dependent on them as to how they perform. They can, on the side of DeSales, if they make it into that late game stage, they have a lot of opportunities, but they have to make it to that late game stage. Whereas DePaul, they need to kind of abuse the fact that DeSales is very late game.
And one thing that DeSales really does have is that big team fight ultimate, that big game-changing ultimate in the Scylla, whereas with Isis, you really have to be careful. You really got to place down that circle of protection well if you want it to make a big impact in the later stage of the game. Sure, you can get that big burst heal off for your team. As for killing a target, it may be a little bit harder. They do have the Sylvanas for the lockdown. They even have the Odin on their side as well to lock people on top of it if they so choose to do so. But we'll see just how this game goes. We're going to go to a very brief break, and we'll be back with Game 1, DeSales versus DePaul. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's Game 1, DeSales University versus DePaul. And right off the bat, I think I saw Hagor's reaction. He may have just seen it. The triple Sunder start for DeSales University.
They're going to be going for this. I'm wondering if we're going to see a lot of aggression out of them because of that. And honestly, they could fight a lot. And right now, I mean, Paradox actually going to be in a different spot than we saw him the last time just because he has now transitioned to that ADC. Skeleton, of course, being the jungler now for his team, going to be able to take that mantle up for them. And I'm honestly, I mean, DeSunder right now are looking relatively strong, but DePaul going to be able to kind of fight with them.
Yeah, and one thing to note is Guan Yu has the upgraded version of the Sunder, not just the regular Sunder, he has the upgraded Sunder. That's what they're looking to get. Unfortunately, Expert Gamer misses his first Sunder onto Skeleton, and now that's going to put him in a bad spot. He's caught in between the entire wave, taking a lot of damage. Not only that, missing out on his wave creeps. Going to put the mid lane behind as Skeleton and Zotrain are able to steal away the speed buff. And all the while in solo lane, I mean, Twizzix just got an entire wave for free and is now going to get the blue buff as well.
And you want to talk about it, he has the upgraded Sunder, he misses it, but not only that, he has no starter item, has nothing to really help sustain himself in the lane other than his own heal, and at level 1, he's not going to have that, and of course he does have, you know, the 2 chalices in his inventory, but really right now it's just not looking like a strong start so far for the solo laner, although he seems to be splitting some jungle XP over here, trying to do that.
Shade Rock not going to make it out of that one. Used the monolith, dashed a little bit aggressively, and unfortunately that pays with his life as well. Skilladon getting a kill over into the mid lane, and Panhunter may be seeing the same fate. One more auto is gonna do it. The unofficial double kill for Skilladon.
I think that DeSales saw this starting with 3 Sunders go a little differently than it has so far. Of course, we were talking about the fact that they're a little bit late game, and starting out with 3 deaths on your team is not exactly how you want to go. And looking like it's going to be turning into 4. Skilladon making another one. Paradox going to be able to pick that one up and pick it up. 2-0-1 and 2-0-0 right now. The pull going to be coming through. Terra taking a lot more damage. Shade Rock, welcome back to the lane, buddy. You're gone.
A double kill over on the side of Paradox. That's 2 for him. No, that's 3 kills for Paradox. 2 kills for Skilladon right now. Make that 3 kills for Skilladon. Gank over here into the duo lane, but they're both level 1 against level 4, so they're not going to have anything to be able to go into this. An expert gamer going to fall, gets the Sunder off, but it's not going to do anything, and Keyframe going to fall right behind.
All right, so we're at 2.5 minutes. 8 kills up already is DePaul, and that last gank, the thing that goes through my head is, what were they thinking at level 1? I understand maybe wanting to fight, try to get something back, but you're still level 1 right now. Shade Rock, you're learning that lesson the hard way. Going to be taking that damage over time. Should be falling down. The Medusa going to come down just to get that extra kill. And Swedish Penguin's going to get taken down as well. Another double kill. Now sitting at 7-0. Not even 3 minutes into the game. Paradox is just farming.
I think you said it best, where DeSales was seeing this start go a completely different route as they're now down 0-10. Might be making this 0-11 as Expert Gamer is caught inside the cage. Twizzik's going to get the solo kill onto that one, and Keyframe just forced to walk over and try and farm a little bit. He is only sitting at level 2 alongside Shade Rock, just trying to get any farm that they can.
All right, I'm trying to get into the head of DeSales here. I understand where the Sunder might have come out trying to keep themselves maybe a little bit earlier on. Maybe they saw this be successful somewhere and they wanted to give it a shot. Of course, it is a best of 3, so it's not a huge deal to lose this first game. Of course, we're only 3 minutes into it so far, so they do still have a lot of time to come back, but 11-0 right now, not looking strong. But the thing that's kind of got me confused is the Hidden Dagger pickup on the Guan Yu, the crit for the Guan Yu.
Yep. And unfortunately, the rotation from Skilladon going to be able to pay his team another kill. That's now 12-0. And I saw the Hidden Dagger pop up a while ago. I was just going to kind of let it slide because I'm not sure myself as to what was happening. Skilladon make the rotation into mid's going to be able to get the pull onto Flash Panhunter, and is going to be able to get a clean 100-0 kill there. Susanoo sitting at 5-0-1.
Paradox looking to get another kill for himself now at 8-0-1. Going to be able to clean up Shade Rock one more time like it's nothing. Now trying to get aggressive again. The ult going to be coming down. Swedish Pagans are raced off the board one more time, fighting up 3 levels. That tower should probably be falling soon as we see DePaul pushing into it, no problem. The same thing kind of goes for the mid lane as we see Zotrain pushing down on that ice.
Skilladon may be looking for some more blood. Only level 3 and 4 on the main team. Sunder comes out, but Keyframe gets eliminated by the Bird Bomb, and Skilladon walking through. Double kill for the Susanoo now puts him at 7-0-1. DePaul up 17-0 at only 5 minutes.
I'm going to let that one sink in for a little bit as everyone kind of takes it in. 18-0 at 5 minutes as we see another kill and potentially another one going to be picked up. Pagans having to run away as fast as he can. 11,000 experience, 7,600 gold right now. All in favor of DePaul. All clean kills for them. And again, this is just, 19. They keep fighting. Right now on the side of DeSales, this is where you need to farm, but they've already lost the tower on the left-hand lane. They're losing their jungle. They're losing their chance to really be able to find a way to pull this back. 19-0, 5.5 minutes in.
I mean, it's hard to farm when Skilladon walks into your tier 1 tower and yanks you back into your enemy ISIS. I mean, it's just not going very well for them. And Shade Rock Can't even walk outside the safety of his tier 2 tower as he gets picked off yet again. 11 kills on the side of Paradox, 7 kills for Skilladon right now, and a 20-0 slash line for the team. This is looking really rough for DeSales.
Yeah, normally this is the part where I say, oh, well, this is where DeSales comes in. This is where they can find opportunities. This is what they can do to pull themselves forward and find a way back into this game. Right now, this is honestly looking like their patience. They just want to kind of keep their mindset fresh. Again, it's a best of 3. Things are going a little bit wonky for them. It didn't obviously work out for them early game the way they wanted to, so they can either try to hold out, which is actually potential for them as long as they just sit under their towers. The tier 2s, especially at 6.5 minutes, will be doing a lot of damage, so DePaul can't really dive too deep for that. They could farm it up, they could try to get something, but right now we still have 2 level 4s on their side. Swedish Pagan's going to get taken down one more time by the level 11 Skilladon, who's at 9-0-2. This looks like a reset and come into it fresh for the next game already.
Yeah, I think that's really what DeSales needs to think about is what's going to happen in the next game. Obviously, this Triple Sunder did not work out too well. No starter item on the side of Expert Gamer as well. I mean, this really just kind of put them at a bit of a damper here, and I think DeSales really needs to start thinking, how can we make this next game go better for them? What can we do? As Swedish Pagan can't even walk to his tier 2 tower. He's going to get yanked in by Skilladon Zone Train, now sitting back inside their jungle. Shade Rock going to be falling one more time. 26-0 for DePaul University. 7.5 minutes.
While trying to prove 5 + 5 = 10. Caged off is the Bakasura ultimate over on the right-hand lane, and Twizzik's going to be able to walk out of there, but Skilladon picks up another kill, and it's looking like the tier 2 on the left-hand lane should be falling down, as well as the speed buff for DeSales, although DePaul being able to protect that. Paradox, the lowest health I think he's been all game, but it's not going to matter as they're going to be able to clean up another kill and potentially a third one as they go forward. Shade Rock going to fall down, the tower picked up, and that is a clean clear out for this left-hand lane.
Might be another kill over in the solo lane as Skilladon's going to use that Typhoon takedown. Expert Gamer bringing their team slash line to 31-0 at only the 8-minute mark. Honestly, at this point, DeSales, you know, you just got to focus on the next game. Don't let anything happening in this game get to you. It was a rough start for you guys. You got to be able to, you know, shake it off and bring it back into your next game here. Just, you know, farm up a little bit, see what you guys can do. You know, do the thing where you get that one kill and you're like, all right, we got that kill, let's move on. You know, just have some fun with it now.
Yeah, definitely just try to kind of find their own footing right now. I'm honestly going to be looking really towards DePaul because they're sitting up, I mean, 31-0 right now, almost at the 9-minute mark. They're in this kind of position where there are only 2 towers remaining on the map early on for them. And diving those towers, I mean, obviously it's not too difficult for them because they've done it a couple times so far. But really, it's still kind of iffy when it opens up for the Phoenixes. I expect to see them kind of slow down their roll a little bit. Maybe not in terms of getting the kills, as of course we see Paradox picking up another one and looking for yet a double kill. But really, I expect to see them maybe slow down, go for a little bit more jungle objectives, specifically the Portal Demon, maybe the Fire Giant once it spawns, just to kind of get themselves that little bit of an advantage going into the Phoenix.
Yeah, it's just a matter of they need to just try and stay as safe as they can. It's really difficult to do, however, when you're getting dove in your tier 2. Gucci Saint going to be able to pick up that kill on the Sylvanas. Get his first kill of the game as he's sitting at his 17 assists. But pushing down the mid lane now, Skilladon with Gucci Saint on that Sylvanas. They're going to try and do as much damage to his tier 2 tower. Going to get the yank on the keyframe. He's going to try and run away. The Terra ult not going to be enough as he is going to fall. Skilladon hitting a godlike mark.
And the tier 2 in mid going to be pushed down right now. Swedish Pagan's taking a lot of damage one more time, looking for another kill. Skilladon going to be dashing forward, not quite sure who he wants to go for, and actually results in losing both the kills. But the blink forward under the Phoenix, he's going to be able to get that. He's running away, one more shot, but just a barely tick of life going to keep him so far living. And he's able to make it out of there. His team gets that tower and moves themselves forward. And now Keyframe looking to be in a bad spot.
Yep, does have that jump available, but it doesn't matter. The auto attack from Zotrain is going to be able to take them down. 37-0 right now. And at the moment, make that 38-0. Paradox going to get a solo kill onto Shade Rock.
And now Aggressive Flash going to be taken down. Phoenix looking to maybe get aggressed on right now. I'm looking at Gucci saying really just the healer for his team. More kills, 40 kills, 11 minutes into the game.
I mean, another thing I'd probably, take into account here is too many chalices picked up for DeSales. Almost every single one of their players has it. And in fact, Paradox finally going to be the first one to fall here. Expert Games is finally going to put his team on the board. Maybe look to pick up a second one here, but the Circle of Protection is down. Skilladon at critical HP, just needs one more hit to finish him off. But hey, DeSales got onto the board, maybe trying to get that second one. Unfortunately, Panhunter's not going to be able to get there. Swedish Pagan trying to get it, but the Typhoon's going to knock them up and take them down. Skilladon picks up that one, and the jump from Odin may be able to pick this one up with one more auto attack.
Now, Twizzix recognizing the position he's in, I honestly kind of expected to see him start backing in that base, but they're going to be aggressing forward onto this Phoenix, looking to be the first Phoenix of the game, 11.5 minutes in so far, and that one's going to be a clean pickup again for DePaul right now. And I'm going to go ahead and flip it over to the grass just to look at the numbers. 24,000 experience, 18,000 gold. Not numbers you really like to hear if you are a fan of DeSales University right now. And as it stands, it's just looking like it's going to continue growing as DePaul turning their eyes and stripping away the jungle.
Terra's Blessing was used there, not quite sure why. Maybe just, some communication of, hey, let's try and get out into the ring faster, but nothing really came of it. So that's going to be the ult from Shade Rock down for a while. As you said, DePaul just looking to strip away this jungle here. Speed buff is going to be dropped. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if a Fire Giant was a potential look at for them for only about the 12-minute mark.
And we see, DePaul with this grouping, they really do have run-of-the-mill whatever they want to choose. It looks like Paradox is particularly targeting this right-hand tower. The only one really remaining right there, and that's the only Phoenix that they wouldn't be able to siege down if they wanted to. But now the level 15 Medusa looking to just break in and be able to clean this one up. Hopefully with the next 3 minions, his teammates running in, they should be able to clear this out no problem.
Yep. With that middle bird being somewhat weakened there just from the damage that they put out earlier, I imagine that there's going to be this grouping here. However, it's over in the right-hand side. Panhunter going to get hit with a max range Spirit Ball. Going to be able to be finished off by Skilladon. 3 members grouped up over on this right side, but now they're pushing more towards this middle. Paradox going to be able to get a solo kill onto Keyframe, and now they're going to be looking into this right side bird, or possibly just looking to get a kill over on this right-hand side. Going to yank back Expert, going to take him down. Skilladon going to take a little bit of tower damage. Paradox standing in the middle of the route. Spirit Ball not going to connect. He's finally trying to get away from it, but utilizing the Titan. Yeah, utilize that Titan for the acid spray. I'm a monster, not going to be able to go through it. Skilladon's going to pick up that one.
I have not seen that in a fight like that before. And that is the first time I think I've seen the Medusa not necessarily successfully being able to get that spray off of the Titan, but seeing it used in that kind of manner going forward. Keyframe forced to fall back already. 4 members right now of DeSales are ready to defend this Titan, but honestly, I don't think they have what it takes right now. One's going to be falling down. The second one's looking to go down. Expert Gamer and Shade Rock taking a lot of poke right now. But the Titan going to get pushed down. Zotrain picking up Keyframe there. And now just with the minions coming in with all 5 members strong, this should be an easy Titan kill. And the first game looking for it is a triple kill comes out for Zotrain just to end the game.
14 minutes, 54-1. DePaul University commanding, to say the very least, in this game. DeSales University, really the best advice I can give them is just shake off the last game. Your start didn't work out for you. You need to figure out exactly what you can do better in this next game to have a much better shot at taking down this DePaul. Triple Sunder really only works if you could pull it off.
And as we saw, did not quite work out the way they wanted to. Of course, I do want to place a little bit on the fact that we saw the upgraded Sunder immediately instead of getting just the tier 1 as well as a starter item. The crit Guan Yu still kind of confusing me, but I'm not going to read too far into that one. He did start going into tank, although the Boots third item was also a little unorthodox right there. That was just going to be clean. A lot of it, Paradox, Skilladon just kind of getting everything they wanted. Of course, Paradox being the feeder for his team, the only death they had, 19-1-9. And Skilladon 18-0-12, and everyone else, they were there for all of the fights. It was just those 2 who were really picking up those last hits.
Yeah, every team's got to have a feeder. In this case, it was Paradox. The big man on campus has to be the one who feeds his brains out for this one. So we will be right back. We're going to go into Game 2 of DeSales University versus DePaul very shortly. Do not walk away. You're not going to want to miss this match. online. And that's really the one of the two that you want more farm on is the Kronos. Put him in the newly revived solo lane as opposed to the newly formed duo lane, or even in the mid lane where he's a little too susceptible to ganks coming from multiple angles there. So, and since it is Flashpan Hunter on this Cupid, that is likely saying that this will be going mid.
That's going to be relatively physical heavy on the other side. I mean, Bacchus not going to be doing too much damage as that Guardian, but he is one of the higher damage dealing Guardians. And honestly, there's a lot of steal potential around him for his team, especially with the Fields of Love, allowing them to kind of make DePaul run away. But when I look at it, looking at the way they played last game and looking at the fact that Skilladon is running Mercury of all people, this is going to be one of those times that early on, if he can get just a few kills the way that he did last game, once he starts getting crit online, it's going to be one punch man, and I can see 3 tasty targets for him on DeSales. So I'm looking at Skilladon again to be able to do a lot. This time, Zotrain going in on that Scylla too. It's going to be interesting, and I expect to see, again, just honestly, some early game kills, a lot of aggression coming out from the side of DePaul.
And we'll see exactly how the matchup lines up for them as we get ready to go into our second game. We'll be back in just a moment for our second matchup of DePaul University versus DeSales. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's Game 2, DePaul versus DeSales. My name is J. Mac Tucker, and alongside me is Gore Miser.
And again, this one's going to be for a little bit on the line. I mean, DePaul, if they win this one, they secure it at all. Well, not at all, but they secure second seed.
Yeah, One thing I'm looking back at, last time we had the Triple Sunder. This time we have the full Meditation Cloak on the side of the Chronos Solo. Meditation on the side of Odin's support. Not too much of a difference. We usually see the supports picking up this Meditation, but full Hand of the Gods on the side of Swedish Pagans on this Fenrir. In mid lane?
And again, kind of opting away from a starter item. This is looking like it's a 2-1-2 setup, and right now, I mean, Swedish Pagans, again, taking a lot of poke early on, something I kind of expected, especially out of Skeleton. Jumping right into the mid-Harpies, taking a little bit more damage. Skeleton opting to actually go for those instead of trying to get the kills, but Paradox on the other side, not going to have any patience for him. Going to be able to pick up that first blood. Now it's looking like second blood will be on the Swedish Pagans as he went right back in.
Yeah, but actually it seems like he's going to be able to get away for the time being, and right now he has that Bumba's Mask, so I'm not sure why he's the only one sitting in the middle lane. I don't know why Keyframe and Expert are sitting over here in this duo lane, especially since that's, a Watcher's Gift on this Bacchus versus the Bluestone on Odin. Something just doesn't seem right. Gucci Saint's going to be able to pick up Flashpan Hunter over in the duo lane, putting it 2 kills on the board for DePaul University.
Being able to steal away the speed buff already. Something that's surprising me, and mainly because this is a 2v1, so it's not as surprising. But right now, Camazot's being pushed under his tower, not really able to fight forward. Twizzix having to play this one safe. He just can't really find the footing because of this 2-1-2 lane that we're actually seeing. I mean, the Warrior Hunter on one side and the Kronos with the Bacchus, but now with Skeleton coming up to the backline, Twizzix is going to be taking a little bit of damage. But ultimately, I expect to see this go very poorly for DeSales as they're going to get tossed back into the tower, and that's going to be a clean kill.
Yep, the Dot's going to be able to pick that one on top of a couple of extra auto attacks from Skeleton. Make that another kill in that lane as Skeleton's going to chase down the fat man and take him down, putting his team up 5-0 right now. A little bit, weird to say it like this, but a little bit slower paced game this time.
Yeah, that's definitely out of place when it's 2 minutes in. There's already 5 kills on the board right now, though. Again, looking to kind of secure this one. DePaul already up 1 game. This one secures them second seed if they're able to find it. And so far, it's looking relatively good for them. They have the level advantage all around. 4s straight down the line for them. Whereas on the other side, it's looking a little bit more bleak. And this is kind of the reason that we haven't seen a 2-1-2 in meta in a long time, is just the farming and the jungle, the map, the meta right now doesn't really allow for you to do well, and the rotations we're seeing coming out of DeSales so far hasn't quite gotten them the same kind of experience and farm that they would want on the side of DePaul.
Okay, so I've heard of the roaming support before. That's not an uncommon phrase for us to say, but Keyframe on this Bacchus has teleport, and teleported from the solo lane over to the duo lane to get some farm. Now that's some next level support right there. I'm a Monster is gonna land on the Shade Rock in the mid. Skeleton gonna chase him down. The Unchained unfortunately going to miss, and that's gonna spell the end for Swedish Pagans. 3 kills in the mid lane.
And the duo lane looking to be able to clean it up. A nice dash from the Cupid might be able to save his life, but he does turn right back into it. And now Paradox looking to find those last 2 autos, going to be able to get that. Jumps right back into the minions. And Keyframe, I mean, he's here again, but Paradox level 6, he's level 2. And while he might look to get aggressive, that tower is going to be his saving grace.
Yeah, we gotta be able to miss that belly flop there, so he's not gonna connect onto it. Now it's just shoved under tower. They're both just pumping out every spell and every auto into him that they can, but minions are showing up. Paradox likely gonna try and proxy farm this wave, but he's a little bit low in mana. Flashpan Hunter's made the rotation over here. Rising Dawn gonna connect onto it, and Gucci Saint's gonna absorb the Heart Bomb. Take a little bit of poke, but it's really gonna spell the end. Belly flop's good onto Paradox, but the pluck is even better from Kepri. Paradox gonna pick up 1, gonna try and pick up a second one, but doesn't have any mana. Instead, the Heart Bomb's gonna connect, but he's not gonna have to worry, not quite enough damage on that Cupid.
And not able to get the kill, but is able to take away the jungle. They're going to be able to strip away this purple buff, put it right on the side of Gucci Saint, and be able to kind of get themselves that nice little bit of extra experience as Skeleton looking to be more aggressive, going to be able to get the dash. Swedish Pagan's taking a lot of damage just from the punches coming down. That's going to be another kill. Now sitting at 3-0-3, and going to be able to steal away this speed buff one more time just to give himself that nice little bit of boost that he would want.
So Train just kind of somewhat passive farming here in the mid lane, not really being the aggressor, just kind of saying, oh, you want to fight? All right, cool, let me throw out a spell or 2, go back to my wave, do what I want to do. So more than anything, slowing down because they do know that, Scylla, not the best early. Mercury, not the best early. I'd say really the only of these gods who are really well in the early game is going to be the Camazots. and maybe even the Khepri just because of how much wave clear and pressure he has. But for the most part, DePaul playing a little bit slower here. Skilly gonna miss that made you look, but two-man crush is going to connect. The I'm a Monster is going to slam down, pick up one, not going to connect onto the other one, and Paradox going to pick up a couple kills in the duo lane.
Swedish Pagan's trying to get any sort of damage down that he could try to save this tower. Skilodon just turns, hits him once or twice, and knocks him down all the way into the grave. And now that is going to be the second tower on board. DePaul going to be able to put themselves even further in the lead. 7,700 gold, 12,000 experience numbers. Much like what we saw around this time in the last game, maybe a little bit earlier on, as it slowly but surely starts to skyrocket in their favor one more time. Now, Flashbang Hunter going to get caught out, going to get thrown back, going to get just annihilated. And another set of proxy farming coming out from DePaul. And they might actually go for a Gold Fury.
Yeah, that was a 4-man to proxy farm that one. They are going to turn their eyes towards these Oracle Harpies, even towards this Gold Fury. Keyframe is on the way, but he does not have that level 5 ultimate yet. Not really able to do anything with 5 men from DePaul University. They're going to shove that Gold Fury into the dirt, pick themselves up a little more gold, and maybe even pick themselves up a couple more kills. Sonic Boom into the back of Shaderock, plus an auto's going to finish that one off. Twizzik's going to take down Swedish Pagans, and DePaul University extends their lead to 18-0.
And now looking to find another kill. Paradox just doing as much damage onto Keyframe as he can. Again, not diving this tower just yet, although the tower looking to be 1 or 2 hits. He could potentially go under it, try to clean that up. And with the health bars that are on the side of DeSales right now, he's looking at a potential double kill. Of course, that assumes he wants to get aggressive. He's going to be able to clear out that tower and now turn his aggression.
Yep. Expert Gamer not going to be able to get that ultimate off over into the solo lane. Paradox chasing down, caught in between 2 of the members here, but instead maybe looking to pick up 2 kills. Going to try and get the 180. The Axis not going to connect, and now sitting under the aggression of his minions. Flashbang Hunter is going to try and dash in, but didn't have the mana for the Heart Bomb. Wasn't up ready just yet. Paradox going to be able to walk away 2 more kills to his name.
And now it's looking like tier 2s all around being aggressed on already for DePaul. 7 minutes into this game right now, we're going to see Paradox actually have to fall back a little bit, going to be able to get the stun right now. Fighting Keyframe, even though he's only 1 hit away, that level advantage is so large that it does not matter. Paradox going to be able to make it out of that one, no problem. Although now there's a Cupid coming. Cupid looking to find something with low mana, low health. Paradox might not make it out of this. Fields of Love going to be popped. The Sprint's going to be coming out and going to be able to walk away from this one alive.
I mean, eventually, if you just keep sending people and Paradox can't back, eventually you'll be able to get the kill onto him. Make sure that he's really the hard feeder for his team. Celon gonna be able to dive. Expert Gamer in the back. Sonic Boom not even needed, just used as a form of escape here. The Flashbang Hunter just getting poked out consistently, not able to do anything. Skilodon, come from behind and say, hey, what's up, buddy? Walk away from that one and go back to farming.
This is big just because Skilodon at this point still doesn't have any crit online for a Mercury. So again, late game in terms of the length of the match, I expect to see Skilodon being able to hit that One Punch Man, no problem. Going to be able to pick up another kill right there. The gold in his hand should be enough to kind of give him a nice set of items really going forward right now. The jungle one more time being stripped down. Mid tier 2 falling off the board. Right tier 2, the next target for DePaul. And 9-0-6, 10-0-2, Paradox and Skilodon again just leading the way.
Yeah, this is, once again, not really looking too good for DeSales University. They need to start grouping up and seeing what they can do. I mean, they kept sending wave after wave to Paradox, but unfortunately, they just kind of kept missing a few abilities. Twizzik's going to be able to pick up Shaderock over on the right-hand side. It's a 4-man grouping, and Swedish Pagan's just trying to farm up in his jungle, gets met by 3 members. He's going to get stuck in place, and the support going to be able to pick that kill up.
Meanwhile, Paradox over on the left-hand side, going to be 2v1ing right now and coming out of it on top. The stun going to be coming out from the Heart Bomb, trying to save Cupid, but it's not going to be able to keep his life. And now Keyframe, the one standing, not going to be able to make it away from that one. And that is going to be a double kill for Paradox. And it's looking like they're trying to possibly close out a deicide, but the kill timers are so low for DeSales right now that they're just not able to find that, as the 4th kill going to be picked up in this long extended engagement, as Skilodon going to be able to get the Odin as well as the ult. And now, honestly, I mean, DePaul, with the way they've been going, I expect to see them kind of want to push down this left-hand lane.
Oh, Sonic Boom onto Expert Gamer. Going to be able to get that kill is Skilodon, putting him now at 11-0-7 on this Mercury. Look like he may potentially have fallen there, but not going to be able to do it, as the damage from the Bacchus is not quite enough. Only level 5. Does have access to ultimate, but it was offline at the time.
Godlike. Are you Mark
And right now we're going to be seeing Godlike picked up 13 kills, 9 minutes in, 10 minutes in as it takes over. And this time they're actually going to be going for an objective on the side of DePaul going forward into this one. Portal Demon going to be the first objective in these two games. Actually, the second one, I'm sorry, I forgot about that Gold Fury that happened earlier this game. Second objective really across the two games right now. And again, they're really open. I mean, 10 minutes in, but they are set up. They could potentially go for a fire time.
They could, but right now it just looks like they're instead looking to farm up, get as much as they can. As a 4-man wave is being sent, and Paradox, he's going to be able to pick up one. Ragnarok's not going to connect. He's going to pick up a second one. Now for the 4v1 is turning into a 1v1 as Paradox picks up one. Not going to be able to connect. Fields of Love is going to hurt, push him back a little bit. Paradox trying to get it. It's going to miss the bladed arrow. Going to try and jump in. Not going to be able to get that. Penta RU as the arrow is going to miss. The auto attack's going to confirm. Keyframe going to walk away with his life. No, the snipe over the top. Paradox picks him up.
And using their patience here, instead of diving the Phoenix with the tier 2 up, they're going to turn and take the tier 2. But with 3 members of the Sales coming in, using that meditation a little bit early, they're going to get a double kill for Zotrain, now looking like a third kill. Paradox able to pick that one up, 19-0-4 on the Uller, and looking to extend that one even to a 20 as him in a boxing match. Going to find the last auto just around the wall, almost trading his life, but I don't feel like he wasn't as worried as he could be.
No, I think he needs to be a little worried here. There is a Bacchus, does not have that ultimate just yet, though, so you don't have to worry about the damage from Intoxicate. Instead, they're going to go ahead and try and push down this left side bird, but 4 members are alive. Didn't work out too well for them last time. Ultimate from Kepri is out very early to make sure that Paradox stays alive. And that's going to dissuade the damage onto it. Paradox is going to pick up Swedish Pagan, and the Crush is going to dissuade the members of the Sail from continuing to aggress forward.
And on the right-hand side with Skeleton being able to pick up that Phoenix, using Sonic Boom to just clear himself right over here. Going to get the special delivery, throw back the Odin. Going to be able to pick up that kill. Shade Rock not lasting long, as now we're going to see Flashman Hunter taking off the board as well. That's 3 down. Swedish Pagan's just now responding. I mean, we're going to see the stun come out onto the Kepri, but with the left-hand Phoenix being aggressed on, it doesn't look like a very good defense is going to be able to come out from DeSales. We're going to see Swedish Pagans go up, try to get the fight down. He does pick up Gucci Saint, who's taking a lot of damage, but he does still not have his res. He's actually going to fall down. That's going to be the first kill on the board, but they're returning so many right now on the side of DePaul. Skeledon being able to get a double kill. That's 4 right there being picked up and looking to secure this one. Zotrain still pushing down the Phoenix.
Somehow they were able to get that DSI despite the low respawn timers. 51-1. They're just 3 kills off of their last game slash line here. And only, a minute sooner, Left Bird is down, make that 52-1. Paradox is back. Paradox gets a second kill, puts him up to 53. He's being aggressed onto, taking damage from the Titan, and he's going to fall yet again. Second death from DePaul, this time on Paradox.
At 25-1-5, do you think he gets a break? Do you think his team has given him some trouble for that death? I still feel like there's some comms coming in like, dude, you're just feeding right now at this point. Both the dual lane members just out there right now. 15-0-10 Skeledon, 3-0-19, 7-0-16. Like, the slash lines on the side of DePaul are insane.
Yeah, but you still got, you still got to give him a little bit of mess for, like, come on, man. You couldn't go 1 game without dying to these guys. Skeledon's going to be able to pick up Flashman Hunter. Maybe try and look for Keyframe. Actually, he's got to pick up Swedish Pagans with the Made You Look. Going to pop that attack speed, steroid move in, pick up Shade Rock. 3 kills for Skeledon right now, and he's just going to try and punch. 4 kills for the Skeledon, and he's going to be at a quadra kill, looking to push down to this bird as there's nobody for him to really look onto right now.
You can tell in his mind he was just trying. He wants to end the game as he's going for this. Phoenix going to be able to go in and get the kill. But he had an opportunity there. He could have turned back over to the right-hand lane and aggressed on to that Kronos with Gucci saying to potentially find himself a Penta. Not looking for the Penta kill, though, is going to be going just for that Phoenix. The third one down right now. Titan is exposed completely. Minions falling down on the left hand, the right lane, mid lane. Everyone going to be coming down. Once again, Swedish Pagan trying to get Gucci Saint down into the fountain. It's going to be able to get a little bit of damage, but right now, not as much as Skeledon's going to be able to do. It's going to be the second death. 3 kills on the board, able to triple them, but Skeledon picking up a double kill, looking to extend that even further.
Yep, Zotrain's going to pick up Shade Rock, making it now 63-3 as Paradox picks up that kill. And poor Keyframe cannot leave his fountain as 3 members are just putting constant pressure and constant damage into him. Titan is going to fall with the 3 waves of fire minions, and DePaul's finally going to end off this game a little slower than last time, but with a few more kills, 63-3.
28 total minutes, over 100 kills on the side of DePaul in both of those games, and they're able to secure their second seed spot. That was actually, when we looked at it, the standings, I mean, DeSales was kind of the last stand to knock DePaul out of there to make it a little bit rough for them going forward, but DePaul very decisively able to confirm that one for themselves and push themselves out on top.
I mean, the thing that we always look at is, wins versus losses. These two were very close together in record. This was looking at first to be, that really big game. We were like, yeah, this is going to be the match to watch. But DePaul says, we got this. This second seed, no problem. We got this. No big deal. Skilladon going to pick up 23 kills for himself. Paradox, 26 in just this game alone. As you said, over 100, I think over 110 kills total between the two games for DePaul University. I mean, it's just a rough one. They showed that we're the second seed, and we're going to make sure that everybody knows it.
Yeah, but with that, honestly, I mean, securing that second seed spot, being able to push forward, they look strong, but I'm excited to see what they can do, especially with the kind of mix-up that they had. I feel like they're getting a little bit of good practice, kind of familiarizing themselves with the roles that they are now locked in, picking up Skilladon and moving Paradox out of the jungle there. Now with essentially two really hard carries on their team as it comes down to 26-1-6 and the 23-0-12. I expect to see them going forward. They're going to be a strong team. It's going to be interesting to see how they fare when we go through the gauntlet.
Yeah, but they do still have the round-robin stage to go to see exactly how they're going to fare up against the remaining people inside of their division. St. Joseph's, University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth, and Salisbury University. And now we can throw DePaul University into that mix as well. We'll see how that conference, more than anything else, aligns out with now, as you said, Skilladon and Paradox being the two hard carries for their team. But we will be back in just a few moments with our next match of the evening. So stick around, and we will be back in just a moment.